Oh, Red Wave. Welcome to Boyer Bulldogs podcast. My name is Caleb Nail. Joining me, as always, maybe I shouldn't say as always, but most of the time,
As mostly, yes.
as mostly my good friend, Caleb Pletz. How you doing, Mr. Pletz?
I'm good, man. It's good. How are you doing?
I'm good. So actually, sad story. My dog died yesterday.
Oh no.
Yeah. So we
Of natural causes or of just life on the farm?
life on the farm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we how it goes in my world, or how it has gone in my world with dogs. It's we compete to see who gets to name the next dog, and we
Mm.
never really appreciate the dog we have. We're always competing what dog we're gonna have next because we move through dogs so fast. So, yeah, my dog uh, died yesterday,
Mm.
and he's buried and has now become fertilizer for the orchard. I mean, it's we use everything out here. So,
Right. That's good.
um, yeah. So we are live right now. So you guys that are listening right now on podcast version, we go live every once in a while, kind of spur of the moment kind of stuff. So you won't know until you get a notification. So if you want to know when we are live, you need to follow us on Twitter at Beware CSUF or on Instagram at Beware Bulldogs Podcast, or subscribe on YouTube, Beware of Bulldogs. We have a YouTube channel, so this will go up there, and hit the bell so you'll get a notification when we go live. And you can hop in the chat and talk in there, and it pops up and we can get it, or go on YouTube, Twitter, and I do my best to scroll between the chats. So, let us know if you have questions or anything. Let us know. Other than that, I'm on Twitter on my personal Caleb _ Go Dogs. You can hit me up on there as well. I'm pulling this up today. We are talking spring football, and we're going to recap our 3-game series versus New Mexico, which we played at home.
For baseball?
We went for baseball, yes, not football or anything like that. So,
Can you imagine a 3-game football series? That would be crazy.
I think it would be fun.
That would be awesome. It's like, all right, the Lobos are coming to town. We got the starters going out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That would be crazy.
You'd really learn how to dislike some teams for sure.
Definitely. And the strength coach would be even more important for keeping everyone together for
that'd be the highest paid job on campus right there.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, I definitely wouldn't have my kid play football if we did 3-game series.
No, yeah.
But it was a fun. Sorry, go ahead.
They definitely have to have like different like teams, almost like not like varsity and JV, but you got to have like A team, B team, just to have enough bodies to cycle them in and keep them fresh.
It would change the game completely.
It really would.
It would be fun.
Yeah, and there's no way it would ever happen.
No. A lot of hypotheticals going on right here. All right, well, let's move on to real life. Football spring practice has been going on for a couple weeks now. There's not too much news, but we're going to talk about some things that we've heard. One, Jake Tarwater, tight end. He's third string right now, but making some noise. We're all looking to Trey Watson to be the go-to guy. I've missed him. He's been hyped up year after, I think, the past 2 years.
Yeah, and I think I was like a year too early on my prediction, because he was like, I went all in on the Trey Watson train 2022 season. So then he got hurt and obviously wasn't able to produce or really be a big contributor in the offense. So yeah, hopefully I was just a year early. And I mean, with a big athletic pass catching tight end, I mean, he's got to be able to succeed in this offense that we're looking forward to.
Yeah. I'm pumped. I'm not going to say much about Trey Watson this year because all we did was talk about Trey Watson last year, and it wasn't the year we wanted from him or he wanted. So we're just going to keep it on the DL, and I'm sure he'll go crazy.
Yep.
Right.
And,
That's it. That's all I'm saying, though.
yeah. And so, the second string tight end, if, keeping the tight ends, I mean, Baust, we kind of know what we're going to get from him. I think he is, a good solid blocker. I don't know if he contributes a whole lot pass catching. Maybe he'll surprise us this year. But if Tarwater or even any of the other 3 tight ends that are new to the program this year, I mean, really, if they can, show that they are able to, run a route and catch the ball, I mean, I think that would, put them in a, competitive spot to, hopefully get on the field a little bit.
I agree. Some offensive line news, because that's what we want to hear, right? That there's news about the offensive line when it comes to Fresno State. And you want to know what the news is, Caleb? Can you guess?
Hopefully it's improving. I mean, from where we from where we're coming off last season, that's really where we need to go.
I think we are. We have a new offensive line coach.
Yep.
However, it's the same story. There is an injury.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mose Viveo it's been said that he's been banged up a little bit. However, good news, shouldn't affect anything when it comes to the regular season. He may just have to sit out the rest of spring. Shouldn't be too bad. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
But when it comes to offensive line, Spomer and Sampson, that is Jacob Spomer and Tyrone Sampson, they're on the left side right now. Mose and Braylon Nelson on the right side, and then Bula Schmidt, who played center last year, transferred to UCF. So we're looking for a replacement. Right now, it's looking like it's Jacob Isaiah. I could be saying that completely wrong, but I believe it's Isaiah. That's right now who it's looking like is going to be playing center. He played left guard last year. Mm-hmm. So we know our offensive line is versatile. We can move guys around. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and I mean, I think there's been positive responses so far from the new O-line coach. I think they call him Coach Army. So, like hearing that, and obviously, I think we're just gonna have to wait until the season starts to really see what the line looks like, and if whatever new technique this coach is bringing in is able to make a difference for this line. But I'm glad we're hearing positive things, and hopefully we're able to get a cohesive unit together, and not so much subbing in and out like last season.
Mm-hmm. And the most interesting position in football, the quarterback position. No news. There will be no news.
Just plenty of competition.
Yeah, but just lots and lots of competition. The guys are taking reps all over. First, second, third. Fife is taking first and second reps. Keene is he's taking first reps. Henderson's taking first string reps. I don't know about Wood, but we've heard good things about Wood. We both like Wood. Mm-hmm. Everyone likes Wood. So, there's not much to say. It's a lot of the same stuff when it comes to the quarterback position. However, our friend Gabe Camarillo, he says Fife looks the best. So take it as you will. Is there anything you want to add, Caleb?
Well, I mean, I would hope he would be a contender, considering he's going on year 4 in the program. I mean, really familiar with Coach Tedford. Obviously, Tedford likes him. I mean, he was the backup last year. So, I mean, if he wasn't kind of towards the top of the pack, I think I'd be a little bit concerned with, everyone else. So, I think that, having Fife be competitive, he's hopefully going to push everyone else to, be better. I think we're both kind of assuming it's going to be Mikey Keene to, squeeze it out at the end. I guess I'm assuming for you, maybe you don't, but I guess I'm assuming it's going to be Keene just because of, he's a higher profile transfer coming in, and you got to think that, he's going to win the job. But Fife does have the benefit of, like I said, being in the program for going on 4 years now, and should know, Tedford's ways, hopefully at this
Right.
point. So, yeah, I mean the spring game can't get here soon enough, so we can hopefully get some eyes on these quarterbacks and really see who gets to take majority of the first team snaps.
And when is the spring game again?
That's April 15th.
April. We'll be there.
Yeah,
I
we
plan
will
on
be
being
there.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move into baseball. Unless you guys have any questions for football, everybody that's live right now, you can ask away and we'll see them and we can jump back into football. But we'll start talking baseball right now. So the Diamond Dogs play New Mexico at home. And actually the game before the start of this series was supposed to be played at Sac State, I believe, and it got moved to Fresno. So surprise home game, which I appreciate, which I would rather have than an away game. So we get 4 home games in a row. But moving on to New Mexico, first game we win 5-3. Looking through, his Ishan was a starter. He went 7 innings, gave up 8 hits, 2 earned, did have 8 strikeouts. Ishan has looked good, and he got the win, by the way, so that moves his record to 3-1. Ishan's looked good all year. Once again, pitching has been the answer. Jack Anchor comes in, throws an inning, gives up 3 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, and gets 3 strikeouts. And then Hopfy comes in the first game, pitches the 9th, and gets the save. So Hopfy is going to come up later as well, not just in this game, but other games, and he does it all, and so does Nico Mitchell. But pitching-wise, Caleb, thoughts on the first game? Ishan, once again, our ace, he did well. He did give up 2 and 8 hits, 2 earned and 8 hits, but, overall, solid work.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think if we can get this from our Friday ace, I think we take this every weekend. And I mean, he looks like he's in midseason form. I mean, a couple of the early starts, it kind of seemed like the coaching staff was limiting pitch count a little bit. I mean, this game, he threw 111 pitches, so really let him kind of go all out there, and was able to go 7 full. And yeah, he just looked like the ace that this team needs, and thankfully the offense did enough to get ahead, so that way they can get him a W in the stat sheet. So yeah, overall really pleased with Ishan, and yeah, I mean Hopfy coming in for the save. I mean he's he seems to be our closer right now, and really really good spot too. Which is even more impressive considering, he's coming off, playing first base. I mean, he's hitting. It's not like he's, able to, get, nice and warm out in the bullpen. I mean, if he's warming up between innings, he's having to jog out to, the outfield to try to warm up. So, yeah, just really impressive for, a position player to be able to, perform at that high level late in the game.
Yeah, Tommy's been great. I really like him. Oh, we were talking before we hit record. Like, man, Hoppy might be my favorite player on the team. If I had to pick one, it's just fun to watch. Offensively, you brought it up, but we did give Egloff, their starter, his first loss of the season. He went 6 2/3. Some highlights from the batting lineup: Bobby Blanford, home run. He had a home run. By the way, I don't know if I said the final score. We won 5-3. I should say that. Time limit 2 hours and 13 minutes. RBIs. Peyton Allen had a sac fly, and then Bobby Blanford had the home run. And Hoppy also went 1 for 4 with an RBI. So there you go. Once again, he gets the save, and he's hitting RBIs. So offensively, it's what we've come to expect from this team. Not the greatest, just enough.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, and that's a lot of the people that we've been talking to have been saying that are we going to be able to have enough offense to support the pitching staff? And this weekend was definitely an example of that. I mean, New Mexico historically is a really high powered offense for baseball. I mean, I was looking at some of the scores they've had before this. They had a game where they scored 30 runs. And I could not believe it. I think it was against like a Division II team or something, but they absolutely waxed them. And I mean, most of their games are higher scoring. I mean, they're not really playing 1-0 games. They're scoring at least 5 or
Right.
10 runs every game. Um, so for this Fresno State team to be able to squeeze out a series victory, I think is huge, and especially doing it at home. I mean, we need to win series at home, and so
Mhm.
good that the Dogs are able to get 2 out of 3 on this one because yeah, there are a lot of runs being scored.
One of the common themes in not just this series but the season so far is the Dogs most of the time go down early. We went down 2-0 in the first. We fought our way back. In the fourth, we scored 3, I believe. The fourth, we scored 5, and we
Yeah,
went up
we scored all the
5-2.
runs in. Yeah,
Yeah. And then we had a little scare in the ninth. They scored 1, but that was it. But then we're good, and we win 5-3. Game 2 was the fun game, and I got to watch this game and witness this game. I was so thankful I did. This was the most exciting game of the season, probably. Dogs win 9-8 in walk-off fashion. There was over 1,000 people there at the game. That's what they say. I don't.
I can confirm. I
Yeah.
was there. I got to go to this game in person. It was a really cool atmosphere. I mean, there's a lot of families, a lot of kids there, and it was a really good turnout. And it got loud and in the ninth inning, especially when the rally was building. So yeah, it was a really cool atmosphere, and kind of what you would expect from a college baseball atmosphere. So really cool, good turnout, and it's great that these games are in the afternoon on Saturday and Sunday, so that
Yes.
way the families can actually get there. But
And it
yeah,
was a nice day.
it
70
was, yeah,
degrees.
nice day. Yeah, fun game. I mean, the Dogs were pretty much down most of the game. I mean, they
Yeah.
gave up, one in the first or a couple in the first, and then they
Yeah. 1 in the
gave,
first, 4 in the second.
yeah, just big runs early. And I mean, Dixon was just struggling. I mean, they were hitting him, and yeah, so it was kind of interesting strategy wise. I mean, Dixon, finished 2 innings, and then that was it. The coaching staff pulled him. So I mean, it didn't look like there was any type of injury or anything. Just didn't quite have his good stuff on Saturday. And so they went to the bullpen, and it was the bullpen the rest of the way. I mean, 5 relievers came in for to pitch those last 7 innings.
Yeah. Dixon went two innings. He threw 47 pitches. He gave up 5 earned, 1 strikeout. Not the best outing for Dixon. Ariola came in. He pitched an inning and 2/3. He gave up 2 earned, walked 2, got 2 strikeouts. And then Robbie Peters came in, pitched an inning, did good, didn't struck out 3. Zach Statzer comes in. He always comes in and throws to 1 batter, but he came in and pitched an inning, uh, got 3 outs, but he did walk 2. Walked 2, 2 strikeouts, gave up a hit, but no damage. And then Nico Mitchell came in, and he actually pitched 2 2/3. And I was texting you while you were at the game and I was watching, and he was throwing smoke. He ended up throwing 39 pitches. He had 3 strikeouts. He did give up 1 earned, but he exited the game because he couldn't throw anymore.
Yeah, kind of scary scene. I mean, he was came in the seventh, eighth, no problem, and then kind of got into a little bit of trouble in the ninth. And I think there was either 2 or 3 on at the time, and yeah, really weird scene. And you never like seeing a pitcher just kind of have their arm, they're shaking it out, trying to get feeling in it or whatever. And so yeah, he had to leave middle of an at bat too. I think it was a 2-2 count when he left, and that's when they had to go to the bullpen and bring in Acosta, who threw I think he only threw like 1 pitch and ended up getting the strikeout. So super efficient performance there. But yeah, I mean, still a really strong performance from Mitchell. I mean, throwing 2 2/3, coming in from center field, and leading off the whole game too. So
Mm-hmm.
just really impressive what these guys are able to do. And hopefully, we haven't heard anything about Nico. He didn't play on Sunday, so hopefully injury wise, it's not too bad. And at the very least, he's able to still play in the field and lead off because I mean, he's had a really good weekend of hitting lead off and really getting on base for this team. So, and on top of that, a really solid outing from the bullpen. Acosta ends up getting getting the victory
I was gonna
because
say
the
he pitched
Dogs.
one guy and gets the win.
Exactly, yeah, and ends up getting the victory because the ninth inning comeback for the Dogs, and yeah, definitely in dramatic fashion. I think the first two batters got out, and then the rest of the rally happened with two outs. So yeah, really fun day, and yeah, Hopfy ends up hitting in the bases loaded single, and that was I believe it was after back to back walks. So the New Mexico pitcher was definitely rattled. And Hopfy, got a good pitch and drove it to the outfield for a single. So yeah, really cool atmosphere. I mean, the crowd going crazy, and the players storming the field. They're kind of chattering at New Mexico too. So definitely, I'm sure these teams aren't big fans of each other right now.
No, no. What was it like in the second? In the second inning, we gave up. Dixon gave up a grand slam.
Yeah,
What was it like in the stadium
I mean, it
after
was
that?
pretty quiet. I mean, it's kind of hard because everyone in the lineup was just pounding Dixon. I mean, it's like he just couldn't get it past him, and so like there was just the ball was going all over the place, and yeah, the guy hit a no doubter to left center.
Mhm.
So I mean, I think after that, I think he retired the next couple batters and got out of it. So at least the home run kind of stops the rally, I guess. But yeah, overall, I mean, the whole day, I mean, New Mexico was just hitting the ball hard, but so was Fresno State. I mean, the New Mexico
Mhm.
pitcher, didn't really have his best stuff either. And I mean, on the day, I mean, Fresno State at 15 hits. I mean, they out hit New Mexico the whole game. They just had similar theme. We've said before. I mean, a lot of guys left on base. I mean, 11
Yep.
total guys left on base. I mean, not to pick on anyone, but Peyton Allen had 4. I mean, he came up with, I think his first 3 at bats, he came up with multiple guys on base. His first 2 were with 2 outs, and ended up couldn't get anyone home. And then the last one, I think there's only 1 out, so he didn't get credited for any left on base on that one. So yeah, so even with scoring 9 runs, there was definitely room for more for this team that they really could have poured it on, but. I mean, another big hit in the game was Bobby Blandford had a huge bases loaded double, cleared the bases, and I mean he was electric. He also tripled in I think it was the
Right.
first inning too, and that was a risky play. He hit it off the wall in left field and stretched it to a triple. I think he was out, but got the call as
He was
safe.
safe.
So
I saw it.
you
He was
saw it?
safe.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
He's
So I
safe.
mean, Blandford's hot right now. Hoppy's hot at the plate, and it was just a fun game of offense.
If no offense, Bobby, but if you're teaching someone how to run, you show them Bobby turning the bases. Like, don't do this. Don't run like this.
Hey man, you
No,
know what? I love the aggressiveness, and
I do
like
too. I do
he's a
too.
gamer, and I mean he slid in there and he was fired up for
No, it was
getting
great.
on base. So yeah,
I loved it. I was hyped.
yeah.
We got to stretch those legs a little bit when we're running. But also right when I turned it on, it was in the second. Blandford, uh, no, not Blandford. The other B, Ben Newton. He
Newton,
went
yeah,
yard.
yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
So, and then also, I mentioned Hopfy got the save last game. Hopfy got the walk off this game, and then we go to game 3. We're going to talk about Hopfy again. So, Hopfy's everywhere. But fun game. You mentioned on left on base. Tyler Davis also had 4 strikeouts. He went 0
Hmm.
for 4 with 4 strikeouts. That
That
doesn't
was
help.
tough. Yeah.
But we had a lot of guys like Ben Newton went 4 for 5. Hoppy went 4 for 6. Blandford went 3 for 5. So when you have other guys in the lineup doing that, if we hit like this, we're gonna be fine.
Oh yeah.
We will be fine. Moving on to game 3, we talked to Jake Saldati, and we've listened to Ovi, and Jake is buddies with Ovi, so they talk. But Ovi's saying when we're up 2-0 on a series, we got to take it, we got to win it.
Hmm.
Well, it didn't happen. We
Yep.
lost 7-2 on Sunday. Roman Angelo got the loss. He started and got the loss. That moves him to 1-3 on the year. He went 5 innings, gave up 5 earned, had 8 strikeouts. Then we went bullpen rest of the way. And by the way, Roman threw 87 pitches. Then Trevor Garcia came in and pitched an inning. Jack Anchor came in. He pitched 2/3 of an inning, and he gave up 1 earned. Statzer came in, went an inning, and didn't give anything up. And then Jacob Acosta came in, pitched an inning, and gave up 1. So once again, Statzer, I want to see, what all his stats up to this point, because he comes in, pitches an inning, and he does great.
Yeah, he's been good. And I mean, outside of the second inning, I mean, Angelo, was decent. It's just,
Right.
This this season or this series, just early blow up innings. I mean, giving up 5 in the second inning is tough, and it's gonna be tough on the ERA too. So, yeah, I mean, if you're just able to work out of that, it's definitely a different ball game. But at least he was able to get 5 innings out of the performance, and then get it to the bullpen. And overall the bullpen was average, above average, only giving up 2 more runs. So offense just couldn't really do enough on Sunday. Their pitcher had a pretty good performance.
Yeah, Gallegos is his last name, and he went 8 innings, threw 115 pitches, 7 strikeouts, 1 earned, and it moves him to 4-0. So I don't know if you can hear the baby screaming. I hope not, but baby's going crazy right now. But that in total, after this weekend, this moves the Dogs to 10-8 overall, 4-4 in the Mountain West. That's fine. I mean, it's not exactly where I want to be, but we're not hurting.
Yeah, I mean, it's still early in the season. I mean, there's still plenty of non-conference baseball that is to be played too. So, as long as we're getting at least 2 out of 3, I mean, that's still a good weekend. So, and quick turnaround. Now the Dogs are going on the road. I mean, they've been benefiting from a lot of home games recently, and I think going to Long Beach on Wednesday, and then to Las Vegas to take on the Rebels this weekend.
Yep, and then we get Cal Poly at home, March 28th, which is Tuesday. Next Tuesday, that's the next home game. Should be fun. Cal Poly's got a nice venue over there, so I hear. I mean, any venue is nice when it's on the beach, but same with Long Beach State. But no, after this weekend against New Mexico, I've been hearing people have mixed feelings about the baseball team. I'm excited about this baseball team. There's no reason not to be excited about this baseball team. We have very good pitching, and when we show up at the plate, we're deadly.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, the pieces are there where this team could definitely be competitive towards the top of the pack in the conference. So yeah, I'm optimistic here, and they're still shaking off some of the rust to get into full season form. So yeah, we're definitely optimistic. Looking forward to it. I did. Oh, side note, I did see athletic director Toomey at the game on Saturday, so he was there. So that's good that he's out there supporting all the sports, which I know he does. But yeah, good to shout that out too.
Oh, it's great to see him. You want to see everybody out there. Last but not least, there was a tweet that went around, and we retweeted it. It's funny. There was a rumor going around that Fresno State spent about $1 million on consultants to get us into the Power 5. And so it has apparently been debunked that it wasn't millions of dollars. However, there were consultants that were hired to come in, and there was more around the line of tens of thousands. Either way, pay me $5. I can come in and tell you exactly what we need to do with our facilities and things like that, and how
right.
what we need to do marketing wise. I'm not a huge fan of paying a bunch of money for those kinds of consultants.
Right.
I don't know, Caleb. How do you feel about it?
I mean, I think I'm okay with it if they're trying to strategize about how to, get to a better conference. I think the consultants that frustrate me the most is probably like the coaching committee consultants, or like if you pay
All
an
right.
outside consulting firm to like make you a list of, candidates for your job. It seems like that's something that could be done internally and you don't need to waste money on that. So as long as we're not paying for, a coaching search for maybe like a certain men's athletic program, I think I'd be okay. I think we can probably handle that on our own. But
Oh yeah, it's fun rumor. I like to
yeah,
see it.
yeah,
I like any press is good press, right?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, if
I
if
agree.
if the if the Big 12 just sees, man, Fresno State's just always in the news, maybe that's what puts it over the edge.
Right, don't you think if you want to hire someone and you find out that they spend millions of dollars to figure out how to get a job for your company, wouldn't you feel as though, hey, they want to be here. I want them, right? I don't
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know much about this transition to other conferences. Was We're just gonna win wherever we're at. We're gonna win. We're gonna do the
that's
best we
right.
can to win.
That's right. Fighting hard
So
and winning.
yeah, exactly. Uh, all right. Well, is there anything else, Caleb, that we got some more people coming into Twitter? I don't know if we need to stick around for you guys, but if you have any questions, we'll open it up to you guys. Anything you want, let us know. I got Twitter open and I got the YouTube chat open. So we open it up to you guys for any questions, or it could be about anything, or you guys want to talk about something, let us know. Um, Last but not least, Caleb, from my end, before we get to everything, there's been no news. Actually, I shouldn't say no news. There's been one piece of news from the basketball program, that is Destin Whitaker has entered the transfer portal. So there had been rumors, we know that, and I don't know if this is true or not, the locker room was divided. One locker room was with Hut, the other side of the locker room was not with Hut, and that those guys are going to transfer either way. No idea who's on what side. If there is sides, Destin Whitaker is transferring.
Yeah, not super
No.
surprised by this. I mean, towards the end of the season, I mean, he wasn't getting a ton of minutes. So, especially in the current college basketball landscape, it seems like, if you're not getting minutes, instead of toughing it out and trying to win the job, just go somewhere else where you can play.
Right. Yeah, that's true. You got to hit your shots.
I guess so.
The other thing when it comes to the basketball program is the question is Hut going to return? I think he will return. I think if he wasn't going to return, it would be done by now. So, hey, we're going to support Coach Hut if he's here, and we're hoping for the best. And I hope, I want the best for the boys, but whatever boys are here, man, let's go play. I mean, what can we expect? Good defense. I can guarantee you that we're going to have good defense next year.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, something I picked up from listening to our recap of the basketball season with you and Cole was I guess I didn't realize that Hut did turn into 21 seasons. And so, I mean,
Right.
he's been here 4 years. Is that right?
Yeah.
So, 50% of the time he's going 20 plus wins. So I guess I didn't even realize that, to be honest. So, you know what? Maybe let him go the last year of the contract. But then, I mean, who's going to come play for a coach on the last year of his contract?
Right.
I mean, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough either way. But yeah, I mean, maybe he does deserve, one last chance. But I mean, he's really going to have to put together a
Right.
good season and then hope for an extension. Or if he puts together a really good season, then he'll just leave for a better job, right?
Yeah, that's right. Let me ask you this, or let me put it to you this way: first 21 season came his first year at Fresno State. The second 21 season came when you have an NBA player, Orlando Robinson. I don't know why he's not in the NBA right now. Why they
Mhm.
keep bumping him down? I mean, he's an NBA player. So you have an NBA star and your first year and you get 20 wins. Does that concern you at all? What it tells me is he can recruit. He can recruit players.
Right.
He can coach defense. Now we just got to put everything together and
just gotta find some guys that can score. I mean, I think that's what's been almost frustrating about watching March Madness this year is just like watching these teams and they just have guys that are able to get to the hoop and score. It's like, wow, like that would be really cool to have on your team.
Basketball is such a funny sport. I was having this conversation this morning. I met some guys for breakfast. And they're in the basketball world. Sometimes you just shoot 20% from the 3-point line, and when you read that in the box score, I can tell you if we're going to win or lose by the percentage we shoot from the 3-point line. Mm-hmm. And most of the time, we shot 20% or below. Sometimes they're open shots and we're just missing. So, you hit your shots, you win those games. You miss, and you have the season like we do. So, and then our supposedly our best shooter with Destin Whitaker didn't prove to go that way this year, but now he enters the transfer portal. So now you're really looking for shooters. Going to be interesting year, no matter what happens.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I will let you get back to your wife. I'm going to talk. I'm not going to talk to. I'll talk to the crying baby, but he's not going to do much. I'll go check on the baby, and we will check back with you guys next week when we talk about the next 3-game series in baseball. And also next week, we have an interview. We had a sit-down interview with a former softball player that played for. Here's your hint. Played for Margie Wright, and I'm going to give it away. She was a 3-time All-American.
Woo,
man! So that's a fun one. That's coming up on Monday for next week. So we will talk to you guys. Well, you'll hear from us Monday, but then Caleb and I will be Tuesday of next week covering baseball.
Sure.
Or live on a Monday night. So, reminder: you can follow us on Twitter at Beware CSUF, on Instagram, Beware Bulldogs Podcast, or on YouTube, where we go live, and we're live on Twitter, by the way. YouTube is Beware of Bulldogs. Hit the subscribe button, and there's notifications on there where you will get notified when we go live. And I'm on Twitter at Caleb_GoDogs. Caleb, I don't know if you want to share your personal or not.
Sure.
CMP Go Dogs.
Yeah, pretty much just retweet stuff. Not a whole lot of original content there. You got to tune into the podcast if you want that.
Prize Pick Gurus, what's going on, buddy? I know he's a big Raiders fan, so we got a lot of things to talk about later on when it comes to Raiders and Saints, because I'm a big Saints fan now.
That's right. We all are.
Okay, here we go. So right when I tease us leaving and Gurus is reeling us back in, he says DeCan Hudson. So, and he continues. So he's just a Cowboys fan. So, well, with that, you have lost all credit. So, thanks you guys for interacting and checking us out and listening and leaving a like. We appreciate it. And we will talk to you guys next week. Stay safe, stay healthy. God bless. And as always, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.